morning. Just sat in my shed, having my cup of tea, contemplating what I'm going to be doing today because the weather's not good again, and I wanted to get this 3/4 of bricks down on the back, but I'm not going to get my mixer out today because of the forecast. So I'll tell you what I'm hoping to do in a minute, but I just wanted to start off with a bit of a thank you very much. I started making my videos because the older I've got, the more interested I've got in my family history, and there's things which I'd wished I'd asked my parents and grandparents years ago when they was alive, and now I can't ask them because they're dead, they're not here, and I've got nobody to ask. Anyway, what I've been doing is I've been making books, and I've been putting all photos in, and I've been able to go back to my nana's mother's parents. So I've got photos of them, and I've been putting these books together, all photos and little stories, little pages like a book where you can reference it back to the photo, so that when I'm dead and gone, my kids, if they're interested, can have a look and learn a bit about the family history and that lot. So when I started putting videos on YouTube, it's just to record things that I like and do, so that when I'm dead, they can have a look if they're interested. So I don't push for likes or subscribers or anything like that, because that's not what it's about for me. Anyway, I woke up this morning and made a little video showing me setting out to my gable brickwork. It was on something like 1,500 views, and I'm happy if I get 10. And I've had some nice comments as well. I found them quite touching this morning and quite humbled, if that the way. It was a lovely surprise, and I wasn't expecting it, and I just wanted to say thank you very much. One of the comments is about why I haven't or should do a vlog on other projects, and I've never been bothered about that because I've never been wanting to do like a building channel. I haven't been wanting to do a channel of any kind, only to show things what I like for when I'm gone for my kids to see. So that's why it's all a bit jumbled up. But if you want to say a bit of history about why I've done this, what I'm doing, if you go back in my videos, you need to find the ones, I forget the exact title, but it's got the name Clarence in it, and that kicks it all off. So there's going to be a full story in the end. So it's a bit about Clarence, a bit of history, a bit what I'm doing now, and then there's what's going to happen to what I'm building at the end. I don't want to go into details on YouTube, but it's not going to be sold, it's not going to be rented out. I'm going to do some good with it. I don't want to go into it any more than that, but it will all become part of a story for my kids to understand and know. They already know now, but it'd be nice for them just to be able to look and see. Anyway, that's a bit of a ramble on. I said a bit more than what I wanted to say, so I'm going to sit, have my cup of tea and have a think on what I'm going to do today. I'll tell you when I think of it. Right, so what I think I'm going to try and do is cut down the brickwork on my gables where I've done my tumbling in. I can only hit the bricks once with my bolster, otherwise they shatter. So I've had my bottom angle right, for a better word, and then the bricks going up it at an angle. You know, some might be above my line and some might be a little bit above, which is fine because I can deal with it. If it had been a hard engineering brick, I couldn't do what I'm doing, so I would have paid more attention to getting the bricks exactly to the line. But the bricks are soft and what I'm doing works for me. It may not suit everybody's brick, but it works for me, and that's why I've done it. So I'm going to grind the bricks down to the line. Got a little 4-inch grinder. I've got this blade, this grinding blade, so it grinds flat. So all I have to do is mark the bricks, which I've already done, and then just grind them down with this. So you don't grind with an edge. So you don't grind with just an edge like you would if it was an ordinary blade. You can hold this flat like a car polisher. I did the other gable in minutes. The only thing which I'm not sure about, which I need to try, is it's been raining a lot in the night, and I'm not sure if when I put the disc on, if the bricks are damp or wet, whether it's going to clog the blade and then they won't grind properly, they just go to a mush. I don't know till I try it. I'm hoping that because it's damp it'll stop a lot of the dust, but we shall have to see. Still a bit bleaky outside and people's curtains are closed, so I'm not going to wake them up too early. While I'm in here, let me show you these. Oh, difficult to get it out one-handed. Look at that for a hopper. I saw that and I thought, I'm having that. I got two of them, I got another one there. I'm going to stick one on the front and one on the back guttering. I just thought they were beautiful. Oh, let's see what time it is. Put my clock up yesterday. I only did it to set the brackets. I'm going to take it back down again. That's what I'm going to grind down, that top edge, just to get it into the right place. Best go up and get ready. That's what I need to grind down to. That line there, look. Now I've got to determine that line is spirit level across my rafters. I don't want to be about 10 mil below it. That brick there. I did the same at the bottom and then just joined it up with a pencil line. It's 20 to 9 and look how quiet everywhere is. There's nobody about. Oh look, I got some fire barriers in yesterday. And I got my 3/4 brickwork up at the front. Why do I feel bad about turning my grinder on at this time? And I'm thinking, it's middle of the morning type thing. You need to have a good start on the morning, otherwise your day's lost. I just feel guilty, but I need to fire it up. Well, that's one side done, just got the other one to do now. Right, so I've ground them down and cleaned down. And the clock. On that other side. Why you leave your insulation down like that? Is to get your fire barriers in, so then your fire barriers finish flush. If you don't remember to leave your insulation down, you can't get your barriers in properly, and then you've got to bugger about cutting all your insulation out. So don't forget. So what I'm going to do now is put these eaves trays on for my felt. So I'll just show you how I do that. I've got 3 course of brickwork to go on at the back to finish the back off. And because I've done that grinding out this morning, it's about 11:30 now. I'm not getting my mixer out today. I'll wait till I've got a good day, and then I can get that brickwork on and I can do exactly the same as what I'm doing. Forget my words, at the back as to what I'm doing at the front. So these eaves trays go on like that, and if I set it so that that point there is flush with my brickwork, it just sits in there like that, you see. That should give me a nice straight edge all the way down the building. You know, I might just come a few mil in, 5 mil in, just to give me a bit of tolerance. Then my gutter sits there, my felt sits on here, and because the felt is on something rigid, it doesn't go all wavy between your rafters, and the felt, well, works nicely for your gutter. So because I'm using rise and fall brackets, my gutter brackets will go into the brick joints, which is why my rafters finish there like that. If I was having fascias and soffits, they'd come further out. Now I could have extended these further across, but I don't like doing that, and I'm going to tell you why. Even though I have seen people do it, I prefer to put 2B1 on like that. And the reason is, you look at them rafters, they finish down there, so my brick is like up an inch. Because I'm doing this independent, I can get that 2B1 to finish there like that. And get it so it works a nice angle for this tray. So that's why I do that. Other people do it different. That's just how I like to do it. So if you do it different, that's fine too. Right, so I'm gonna get all these pieces of 2B1 fired on. I've got my nail gun out, so let's have a go. So I'll set the angle of this with my sliding bevel. Then all I need to do is go and mark them on all my rafters, hold them on and fire them on. You get that? You go and mark them all like that. So that's them all marked on the rafters. But what you've got to watch is I set them all with that curve on the edge of the rafter, because you need a point, because if you look as you slide up, you can see what it does to your pencil mark. Or if you slide down, it puts you lower than your mark. Then all your pieces of timber will be all over the place, so you just need to make sure you have that reference point on your slidey bevel. Yeah, that's all those on. Here's my fire barriers, look. And cavity closers, they go in, and then when there's a fire, when there's a heat, they expand and seal all the cavity. Alright.
You're keen, aren't you?
Hey?
You're bloody keen, aren't you?
Well, what would I be doing? I'd just be sat watching telly or
Having a few bloody whiskies or
still
something.
drink. So I've got them on at the angle what I want. The fire barrier's in there, and it's slapped down into the corner here, sealing against this other one, so it's all continuous. I'll work my way along now. Hope these nails get in. Right, I've got my liner trays on, and I'll show you an handy little hint for rolling felt out on your own with a tile batten. So if you just watch, you'll see what I'm going to do, and it makes your life so much easier. So I need to set for my first lat. the top edge of my tile. Right then, so that's my first lat on. See that down there? Finished it a couple of inches from the end because I've got my asbestos goes on there. When my tile goes on, this will all get bedded with sand and cement, so you don't want wood at the end, otherwise it'll rot. And then I've left that up so I can get my asbestos under. Once I set my gauge out, I'll put all that in and then I'll nail the last bit down. So that's how my tile goes there, all nicely. I'm now going to get another couple of lats on and work my gauge out and get some lats on all the way down, because I don't want it to blow off in the wind. Right, so I'm off for a wee and then I'm going to get that done. You've got to remember to put your fire barriers in, because if you forget, you struggle because you've got your lats over where they go. Morning. Oh, sky looks lovely. Look, just look over there. New Year's Day today, this morning. Woke up to rain this morning. You can't see it there. I was going to do my 3-course of bricks on the back, but everywhere's wet through, so that's a bit of a cop out, because I always hate getting my mixer out on a morning for some reason. I'm sure some people have things what they don't like doing, and mine is getting my mixer out, so it's a good excuse. So I think what I'm gonna do, I'm just opening my gate, get my cup of tea. I think what I'm gonna do is carry on with me felting and latting on one side, get that finished, and then set my roof out on one side, my tiles, because I've got some cuts to go on at the top, so it'll be under where the ridges go, so I can get them cut. And I want to set out my horizontal gauge, because I've got my Asbestos. I always call it Asbestos, it might not be Asbestos, but you know what I mean. I've got that to go under. Oh, sky looks really pretty. Let me just show you again. Beautiful is that? So then I can set my Asbestos out. Get that bedded in. And then set my tiles out, and then that'll be one side ready for tiling. My plan is to put tiles up my verges, get them bedded on each side. I want 3 or 4 course of tiles across the top, and put the ridges on, because then I can use the tile battens as a ladder for going up and down, and you can clamber around both sides, you know what I mean. And once all that's done, then infill the roof. But to get the ridges on, I need the back, which is why I need these 3-course of bricks. I can't be asked, so I'll put them on a morning when I can. Right, I'm gonna finish my cup of tea, get my boots on, and come out. Right, I've just finished latting and felting the front. My words have gone again. Right, let me start again. So I've just finished latting and felting the front, so I now need to set out my horizontal gauge, so I know where to start and where to finish, and I want to keep the tiles going up and down the roof straight. The way I'm showing you is the way I like to do it. There's other people who will come along and say, what a load of rubbish, what a waste of time, crack 'em on. That's fine too. Whatever works for you is your way, it's fine by me. I'm just going to show you how I do it, and I'll try and explain the reasons why I do what I do. Even if you think it's a bloody long-winded way, I'm going to show you anyway. Right, so I need to know where to start my tiles and where to finish them at that end, and that is what I don't know at this point. So what I've done is this. I've set that first tile, that edge is 50mm over the edge of that brickwork. Then this edge of the tile, I put a pencil mark. Can you see? There. Oh. So I put a pencil mark down the edge of that tile. I've then set out 4 tiles. And why I've done 2 rows is just to make sure that the second row sits fine. you know. So I haven't done them tight. You know, you can bunch them up, but I haven't fully extended them either. So I've just laid them, so I've made sure I'm happy with that. Then that pencil mark there, ignore them two because I cocked up. So what I did, I extended that very edge of the tile is that pencil line there. I can't do it one-handed. Right, so that pencil line there is the edge of that tile. That pencil line there is the edge of that tile. I then get that measurement from there to there. I then get myself a lat and I transfer that measurement down along the lat, right, all the way down. So all those pencil marks are 3 tiles wide. I then get that lat and I put it in line with that tile. So what I did was put it in line with that tile, do you see? I then come along and where that mark is, I've made a mark on that lat which is fixed. And then slide me tile batten up and I put a mark, no, I put that mark in line with that. I then go to the end and transfer that mark onto the tile lat. I then get a tile and sit that edge in line with that. Let's get my tape measure. It's not going to be easy this, trying to do it one-handed, so you'll have to bear with me. So that mark is the edge of that tile. I then get my finishing tile, and why I've got these is it's got 2 rows on. If you don't have that, your last tile, you see this, and you don't want to see that, do you? So I sit that on there like that. Put my tape measure on, and look, that is about 62mm. That end is 50mm, so the difference is 12mm. So if I overhang that tile 6mm, it'll overhang here. So if I overhang that tile another 6mm, that'll overhang that side 56mm, and this side will overhang 56mm. Do you get that? Right. So because I know that works, it's not easy one-handed, all this. Right. Because I know that works, and I'll tell you what I'd do if it didn't work. So I've lined that lat back up with that tile. I will now transfer those marks onto this lat all the way down, so then that gives me a set of marks which are all 3 tiles apart. So I will then do the same at the top. I'll take a tile, set it up there, mark the edge, and from that edge I will then run that lat right across and make the same 3 and mark the same pencil lines. So then I will have pencil lines at the bottom, pencil lines at the top, which should be right above each other. I'll then get a chalk line and put it on the top mark at the bottom mark and twang a line, so I've got a vertical line up the tile lats every 3 tiles apart. So I know that providing I hit them tile lat, providing I hit them chalk lines, all my roof is going to go up straight. So because you've done that, you now know how many tiles to load up on the roof, because every 2 lats takes 6 tiles, 3 on each lat. And put 6 tiles on there, miss a lat then 6, miss a lat then 6, miss a lat then 6, but yeah, at the top you put 9 tiles. And the idea is you take those 3 off, put them there, those 3 off, put them, oh, I've got that wrong. Stack 6 tiles on your second, and then the 3 which, and then so then the idea is you can stack. I am trying so hard in my head to explain how to load the tiles out, and every time I do it I get all confused and mixed up with my words. So because you've got tile, so because you've got chalk lines every 3 tiles apart, you know that for 2 tile battens to cover that space it will take 6 tiles. So you can, every other lat you can stack 6 tiles and it will cover that space, but you start 1 tile up at the bottom so that what you pick there goes there, and then on your last row at the top you put 9 tiles because you're a row short coming up from the bottom. Good grief, I'll show you when I do it. So by doing that setting out, you know where you're starting, where you're finishing. You'll get all the tiles going up the roof in straight lines, and you can fully load out the roof before you start tiling. So to me it's a win-win-win everything. It's a win, apart from it just takes you 10 minutes setting out. Oh good heavens. So what I'll do right, so I've set that tile 57mm over the edge, transferred the edge of the tile to a pencil mark there, get my lat, line it up with that pencil mark, transfer these marks onto my fixed lat all the way along. So I had a double check when I got to that end and it worked spot on. So I'm now going to do exactly the same at the top and
work my way along the top of the roof. So that's overhanging 57mm. Mark the edge of the tile. So now I'll work my way along and twang my chalk lines on. Oh yeah, you're right then. Oh, it's been up a few days, is that?
Has it? I only just noticed it, it's lovely.
Yeah, yeah, oh, thank
I've
you.
never been walking
The other way.
and not noticed from
Yeah.
that side.
Yeah, oh, I'm glad you like it.
Happy New Year, Jen.
Right, thanks, love, same to you. There, so you can see that red line. So that will be the edge of the tile which sits there, and providing the edge of the tile touches that red line, they'll all be nice and straight up there. And you can see my red lines every 3 tiles apart going up the roof. And then providing my last tile finishes with that line there, which is no reason why it won't, my tiles which overhang will be all nice and straight. I found it really hard earlier on to explain what I wanted to explain. I know how to do it. I just can't. I'm better showing than I am trying to describe, so you'll have to excuse me with that. So I'm going in now. I want to have a shower, and I've got all washing to do because I'm back at work day after tomorrow, so I won't do anything else on here till the weekend. And then tomorrow I have a lot of stuff to get ready for work, so I won't be doing anything out here tomorrow unless I get half an hour, which I doubt. So I hope you've enjoyed watching this. You've had a good Christmas and a good New Year, and I'll see you when I do the next one. Bye for now.